All right, Mr. Murphy. So this is just going to be a brief demonstration on how to use this Engine Prime software, which everybody is having some issues with. As you can see, this computer doesn't really have too much stuff because, I use external drives. This is my Serato only laptop. And it's a Windows 10 laptop, touchscreen, whatever, you know. So anyways, I do have a little bit of pre-loaded music on here, not that much. Just for this, because I haven't really done anything to this, and normally I don't screw around with iTunes, but we're gonna do all of this, so you can get a better understanding for it, and see, where it goes from there. Certain things, I just didn't opt to doing because I just didn't feel the need that I had to for my own personal deal. And there's a bunch of stuff in regards to a lot of the music that I've downloaded that I haven't even gone through. But just for the sake of this video and to shed some light on the engine software, you always want to make sure that you have the latest one. Here I'm using version 2.1.0. I believe that's the latest for what's called the software aspect of it. Many do not know that when you're doing this, you have to have the latest for both. At least that's what I would do myself. So I'm gonna go through this with you, so you can see everything on in real time. And also another thing that you have to note, excuse me, when you come here, for instance, I'm using my Denon because of my Denon Prime 4, which at the moment, that's my virtual DJ laptop, and I'm using a program called Sound Switch to do some lighting programming, for my lights and stuff. So it's doing what's called auto scripting. Well, anyways, you have to ensure that whenever you're here using all of these deals that we're about to use. Okay, let me see. Where can I get the stuff that I want to show you? For instance, okay, let's just go to Denon altogether. Okay, and for instance, here we want to see what the minimum requirements are. I used to be able to find this a lot sooner when they changed the deals. So we go to downloads, and here there should be something in regards to the minimum requirements. Because I just want to get that out the way before we proceed. And I'm surprised that I'm having such a difficult time trying to get this minimum requirements crap on here. Maybe it's another deal. Let's see. Engine DJ software. Okay. Well. Alright, so this is one way it's gonna, if you don't know, at least like I said, I'm showing you in real time how to do this. Everything should be pretty simple. I don't understand why many are having trouble. I've been using this since late 2019 because I ended up having to wait almost a whole year for my Denon Prime to hit me. So yeah, okay, that's a good thing, we found it. So where we were at before, here, I ended up going to the tab on products, on the actual Denon DJ software, Denon DJ site. And from there you can hit this. There's a lot of ways to get to this other page that we're about to go to. But here's where you'll find out a lot more information, where you can actually download whatever you gotta download. And I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about earlier, as far as what you actually need to know. So then you'll hit this system requirements, you hit the plus tab, and this rolls up. So your computers, whether it's Windows or Mac, will have to exceed whatever the requirements are. You don't want to be there at the minimum because that's just, it's not going to work for you. You have to exceed all of these specs, all of these, so you won't have any trouble. Now, as far as like the downloads, you will come to download and it directs you here, and you'll see desktop and you'll see the OS. This is Windows and Mac. So, the latest is 2.0, which is what I had. And another thing that you have to do, you come over here and you select your device and you'll see whatever the device is. All right. So then, like for me, I would select an Engine Prime 4. And this is going to be the latest version right here, the 2.1.2, which is actually what I have embedded in here. You're not going to be able to see that at the moment here on my Prime 4 because I have it connected to my virtual DJ, which is the screen that you're seeing on it right now. All right, with all that out of the way, we'll get rid of this and just pretend that you've already launched it. And this is Engine. So, you have Engine 2.1.0, but, the firmware is going to be different than what the software upgrade is. And of course, once you get that established, then, you go, to your settings to make sure that all your settings are good. Your performance, your libraries that you have, a lot of people choose to not click on this. I'm going to explain to you why I've got it clicked on, and I use almost 10 terabytes worth of music between my 1 terabyte SATA drive embedded in here, my SSD, my 1 terabyte on that laptop, and I have a multitude of hard drives there that all together gives me almost about 10 terabytes worth of music that I fluctuate between both laptops and this one. So with that being said, this is the reason that I put this on, because this program is so good that it's going to sift through all of your music and it's going to get all the metadata information, or however you choose to have your information on here, and it's going to analyze it and fine-tune it, if you will, and it's going to try to help you do more instead of you having to work hard to put stuff together and analyze every song to make sure you don't have a corrupted file. And you gotta make sure here which libraries you're actually using and make sure that they're on. I don't really like using the iTunes library because I just don't really mess with it like that, but I'm gonna leave it on just for the sake of this deal so you can see everything in real time. The export via the sync manager, that's on, and then you have to make sure that you have a good location for it. I don't use Dropbox. And all this good stuff I can analyze, tell you about it later. So anyways, the reason that you're not seeing stuff on your unit, which I believe you have a Prime Go or something like that. Even if you have a Prime 4, it's okay. So when you're on here, let's pretend that you're on your unit. You're saying that, you would click on something and you wouldn't see nothing. It's basically looking like this, right? Even if it's unaware to you, maybe, you forgot to open this up and then you click this and then maybe it'll come up. I'm not sure if you got folders or not with everything that you got. But as you can see, yeah, we got everything here. I like to keep my stuff in order, BPM style, from high, lowest to high and vice versa. If you don't analyze on Engine, all this information that you're seeing right here on the screen, it's not going to appear on the units that you're using, whether it's Denon or Newmark, while having to use Engine software product related products. And I'm going to tell you why. Because as soon as you plug in your USB, your external hard drives or internal hard drives, if you have not taken them to the process of analyzing here, because you're not going to be able to do this right here, watch. You're not going to be able to do this, okay? Engine Prime does not work like any other software. Any other type of deals where I have a song here and I got hip hop here and I want to drag and drop and take it to this deal, right? It's going to be hard to show you because I got to do, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop here in music. Or drag and drop there in Serato, whatever. Okay, so that process is pretty quick, fairly quick to be honest with you. So with that being said, because I've done that, one of the deals that happens is that the way Engine Prime was set up for, I think the algorithms that are embedded in it does not allow for just something as simple and as quick as that, because it's more simplistic than just drag and dropping that way. So I have the same file here. Let's see, where's it at? Oh my God, I think I erased it. Okay, let me see. Let me go back over here. Yeah, I erased it altogether. I didn't mean to erase it. All right, so we're gonna put this and drag it and drop it again into the music folder. And it should be there, yes. All right, cool. And once I launch my engine, then yeah, there it is, okay. So again, there's nothing there. So let's pretend that this is what happened to you. And I'm gonna take it a step further, because I mean, we haven't gone through this process yet, okay? So when you first launch this, the only reason that this is coming up right now for me is that I've already had this somewhat analyzed. And for you to be able to say, for instance, okay, let me open this up. Okay, here we have title, the artist, the album, the length, the BPM key, the ratings, all that good stuff, okay? If you don't do what I'm about to do right now, then like I've stated before, you'll never be able to see, like for instance, a BPM come up in this order until you actually get the song and loading on to a deck or a player. And then this music, information will come on. If you're like me and you like to have your stuff in order, like, this keeps coming up, right? Like, did you saw how, okay, I'm gonna take it off. We'll go to like my other folder, and then we'll come back to hip hop. And then I'll launch it again. And you see how the order doesn't stay there? I would have to continuously be doing this just to get it back in its order. But yet again, you won't ever get to see the BPM information. You'll see the time. You might see the artist and the title. I don't know if you even see the album. But this is the process of what you have to do. You see, this is lit up. This is for Serato. This is for iTunes or Apple Music, however they want to call it. This is your recent activity, your history. And this is where you were at earlier in the playlist. You see this tab called the collection, right? The collection brings up everything that you have underneath. You want to make create a folder, you just press on the plus sign and a folder will come up, and bam, voila, you got a playlist. There's nothing in it because nothing's been analyzed, so I don't need it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and remove it. But here's what's gonna happen. My hip hop here, I can choose to create a list over here, a folder called hip hop. And then the same subfolders, clean and dirty, I can choose to do that. I can launch this and all this music, I can drag and drop one or the other. But that's too time consuming. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just get this hip hop, folder, and bear with me. You should be able to see. I'm gonna try to close it up as much as I can, so you can get a feel for it, and bear with me on the angles because I got to do this touchscreen. I'm touching this. I'm dragging and dropping my folder. It's coming up here. You see the arrow, and then right there, the arrow. I drop it in the collection, and bam, voila. Now you have the hip hop. Now it's analyzing. If you open this up, it'll show you a screen where it's analyzing. It should open up. Well, it did it that quick. Okay, so now it's analyzing some more. See, it's saying that it's analyzing. All right. So whenever you have this going on, that means that there's some work being done. And it's going through every little thing that I have on there, and it's analyzing the tracks, just like that. And once it's done, it'll say no jobs running here. You should be able to click on it, but the job monitor comes on when you click on it. It's got the cancel all button and all that good stuff. You'll see a lot of information going on there. This folder is too small. My laptop's too quick, so it's never going to allow me to look at stuff like that. Well, anyways, so now this is what would now be coming up on your information that you shared with me on the Facebook Messenger. The only difference is that now your songs have been analyzed, and you're going to get all that information. Now, the subfolders are right here: my clean and my dirty. When I launch this, now it's in order the way that I've programmed it, from lowest to highest. If I do it together, all of it, it's going to show the clean and the dirty all together, and everything's going to be programmed. If I go back to the folders and I go to hip hop, there's nothing there that's going to show up until I click on this. And again, we'll return and revert back, and this is only the way that it is, the way that you copied it originally from whatever source. Again, let me show you the process. I hit iTunes, there's nothing there. I don't know if anything's gonna come up because iTunes is its own deal. Even though it shows up on some other stuff, there's not gonna be anything, because this is protected. It's like a YouTube. You can't play YouTube music here. I got a little funk deal here. I don't have anything on here as far as funk is concerned. But if I get the old school funk deal, I don't have subfolders, I don't think. No, it's just one track. I'm going to drag and drop it again into the collection, always into the collection. Because if you drag and drop it somewhere else, it's going to go into some other music deal, and you're going to have one hell of a time eliminating it, especially if it's a lot of music. And again, if you click on reggaeton, it's the same thing that's going to happen to you in your deal, the way that you showed me. I have subfolders. I got a little bit of music, Instead of doing both, I'm just going to drag and drop. Whoa, sorry. Drag. You got to make sure that you're going into the collection, and you'll see this come up. It's analyzing. This will show you that it's doing the work. The work's already been done. I go here and I can actually split it. It splits it between the clean folders, clean, BPM, whatever. It's the same BPM, dirty, just like that. The rest is history. Like my Christmas music, I don't remember how I did it, but look, just for the sake of argument, okay? I'm going to eliminate this. I'm going to remove it from that list. Now I don't have it no more, right? It's disappeared. Okay, so I got Christmas music here, right? You see that? It's got a bunch of music. This is going to actually take a while, so I should be able to show you, how quick this is going to be. So it's got all of those folders. You're talking about tons of music. So I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop. Open up over here. Go to the collections. Drop it. Once I drop it, you'll see this come up. You'll see that it's analyzing the music. It's going to show you how many tracks it's analyzing. You see all of this coming up. You'll click on here and it's going to show you exactly. This is like 2,000 something tracks, 2,500 tracks of Christmas music. And this is what it's actually going to be doing in real time. As you can see, it's doing quite some work. It's doing quite some work. You have to have a good enough internet connection, speed, Wi-Fi, whether it's cable, Ethernet. I mean, whatever it is, just make sure it's dependable for this to be able to work. Otherwise, you're gonna be there like many others and just complaining and stuff, and it's really, it's not even Denon's fault. It's not engine's fault. I'm showing you in real time how this is working and how it's doing all the work. All the work. Now, many complain because they don't know how to utilize certain things, or they haven't read, or they haven't gone through the social media or YouTube to find out information, or they just don't ask questions. But to tell you the truth, you can actually call somebody at Denon DJ, and they will be able to contact you and let you know what's up. They can go through this with you in real time. They can have access to your computer if you let them. I mean, I don't see why so many have trouble. Even with SunSwitch, they have some of the best customer support service out there. And since Newmark is part of Denon, then they should be along the same lines of customer service, So just, see how quickly that's been going on. I mean, I only have a little bit more. And that was 2,500 tracks that it's actually downloading into the playlist section, which the only way you can do it, you have to do it in a connection. I know many do the sync manager. I don't personally like the sync manager, but you can open up this tab for the drives. You can do the sync manager if you will, but I think they still have to work on the sync manager. And the way that I've done this, it's a lot more quicker and easier for me to do this than sync managing, because I just haven't had the time to go do something small with the sync manager to verify that it's actually working great, or whatever the case may be. And it takes me days and weeks to organize all my file. And this actually helps me out so much because it's such a vast library that I have. Plus, I have to do a bunch of programming with my lights, using SoundSwitch, which is still working. So hopefully this video has helped you out. And, it's shed some light to the point that if you follow the same process I just shared with you, you should have no problem. 2,500 tracks in less than 3 minutes. Just like that. Everything real time. Everything real time. FYI, the ones that have these that don't have the waveforms, those are going to be corrupted files. You don't want any part of that. Once it gets done doing this, you're still not out of the woods yet, because it still is doing the analyzing for all the tracks. So this is going to take maybe another 3 to maybe 5 minutes. And, it's doing all this in real time. I'm hoping that you'll be able to see this 30-minute video via Messenger. If not, I'm going to see how I can save it on YouTube and just let people share it. And, hopefully it'll shed some light on how to use the Engine DJ software, the latest version, which happens to be the 2.0 plus, versions. So it analyzed 2,500 songs, just like that in under 3 minutes. I just set the 5 just for the hell of it. Normally, I don't pay attention to how long it takes, because I use bigger libraries than this when it's analyzing. Maybe 3 to 5 times more. So it takes me, 5-10 minutes at the most, doing all the analyzation. And it can analyze 1 terabyte worth of music without stopping. I've done it before. So this is how many tracks it analyzed. Now, again, whenever it does this, you have to make sure that you have, a waveform, because if not, oh shit, this actually came out. I'm surprised it did. Okay, if not, you'll get something like this. This is why engine prime, software, is very, very important. Now here, you have a bunch of ways that you can actually take this out. I'll have it show me in Explorer. And this is what it is. You make me, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and erase this. I don't need it. Once it erases this, then, you should not see it here anymore, because it should update. Okay, so show me in Explorer. Show me in Explorer. I'm gonna go ahead and delete it since, it seems somewhat corrupted. Show me in Explorer again, just to verify. Since I already deleted it, it's not going to show me. This one also. Show in Explorer. Whenever you get a corrupt music file, you're going to want to delete it. You don't want no part of it, because that's one of the reasons that it takes forever for this to load and do all the analyzation. Normally this would have been a lot quicker. Now I know why it was taking quite some time on my end. With that being said, then, I'm going to go ahead and eliminate the problem. Once I eliminate the problem, I should not have any more issues with loading at least, some other songs of this type on here. Okay, so now we're good. Now, if I go back over here, let's see if it eliminates it. We're gonna go over here. It's showing these tracks because they're no longer here. So you can just eliminate it from the collection, which is where we were at. Eliminate it. It's not gonna do no harm because you don't have it. That's another way that stuff can get corrupted, because it might have been deleted by accident, or it's been changed, or it's been put in another place. But once you get all your files working, everything loads up rather quickly. You can scroll through it, make sure. You just don't want to see any tracks that are red or that don't have a WAV file. And if they don't, then you should be in the clear. I like having my libraries clean, clear. Everything that I get, is crystal clear. DJ use only music, and I get it from a reliable source. I actually have record pools, that if you're interested in, you can feel free to hit me up. I can do an introductory price of $35 a month. No, $35 introductory, and it'll be $50 a month afterwards, which will give you access to 1.5 million music files, the majority music, MP3s, and at least about 250,000 of music videos, DJ use only. A variety of everything for everybody. It's like having 15 plus record pools in one. And as you can see, once I eliminated the corrupted files, which, thanks to me, they were all on top. If I scroll through the majority of these 3,000 songs, we should be good. And this is why you need to take time going through all your music. Not everything in life is quick. If you're a dad or mom, shit, it didn't take that long. It wasn't that quick for you to have a child. You have to wait 9 months. So if you're doing this and you love doing this, then it shouldn't hurt you, to wait a little bit to analyze your music properly, which is what Denon and the engine software set out to do, which they actually do. And I know for a fact that it works, because I don't have issues, because I take the time to do everything that I need to do whenever I have the days off to actually do them. Now, there's a lot of people out there that always, hey, you know, why are you using that much music? Who needs that much music? I believe in the principle of having it and not needing it versus needing it and not having it. That's why. Plus, I was 14 back in '86 when I began to DJ. I got my first chromed out set of Techniques 1210s in '88, and it was 4 of them straight from Japan that I used up until May of 2011. And I barely came in contact with all this digital stuff, and I barely learned all this thanks to my Engine Prime 4. Now, Engine Prime 4, if y'all didn't know, Serato DJ Pro comes with this. It's a license strictly just for this controller. It's free at no cost. But because I had this that laptop, it's a AMD Ryzen 5 processor. AMDs will never work with Serato. It took months for Denon and Serato to talk back and forth with me, back before COVID actually hit everybody. And found out I either have to have a Mac or an Intel to work with Serato, which is why this is my Serato only laptop. I have VDJ here just as a backup, you know. But that one works really great. The only thing is that I don't have a lit up keyboard on that one, which I'm hoping to get later on. But yeah, back to this. So because of my Prime, I was able to figure out, you know, Serato. I ended up buying the suite on Black Friday for half off, which is $150. Back in 2019, I think, because I didn't know what I was doing, to be honest with you. It took me months to learn it. Thanks to DJ Qbert, I fell in love with Virtual DJ. Been using it ever since over Serato, and I actually bought that for $300. I'm actually about to buy this sound switch for $300 too, so I can own all of my software and not have to worry about a damn thing, you know, and I would have everything that I need DJ wise. So hopefully this video sheds some light. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me back. And God bless and keep at it.